Hey, so I guess this is going to be my sort of first impressions, or second impressions, I guess, of my Agile AS-1000 semi-custom ordered from Rondo Music. I got this last night, and I opened it last night. Um, Sorry, my watch is going insane. But it was very dark. I live in an apartment in New York City, in Queens, original home of Epiphone. So obviously the light wasn't really good enough at night time to do an unboxing. And I wasn't going to wait till today. But anyway, here it is. Essentially, as most of you might know, it's a 335 ripoff. The semi-custom gives you some spec options. You pay quite a bit for it. It's not a cheap guitar at all. Mine was just over $900 with shipping. And honestly, I thought about just getting a Sheridan. I've played a couple Sheridans. I thought they played really nicely. But I liked the idea of having something a little bit different, and I could afford it, just barely. But I was just interested, too, in seeing whether the sort of party line of Agile fans was true, and if they were really that much nicer than Epiphones, or at least standard stock Epiphones. So here we are. Let's find out. As you can see, perhaps from my Billie Holiday poster and my Louis Armstrong poster over there, big jazz fan, big blues fan, love John Lee Hooker, love B.B. King. But honestly, the real inspiration for this guitar is the teenage me listening to Oasis and wanting to be Noel Gallagher. If Agile had a factory installed Bigsby option, I definitely would have gone for a Bigsby, like Noel and like Johnny Marr have in their red 355s. This is probably better for me anyway. I'm not really much of a guitar player. I was trained as a trumpet player and quit music, seriously playing music at least, to focus on running and writing and having, an actual career at what I was good at. But started playing guitar just sort of as something to do creatively, musically. So yeah, I mean, this will stay in tune better. It'd be easier for me to restring, all that kind of stuff. And I'm not much of a guitar player, so it's probably for the best. Anyway, here it is. Sorry for the reflection of my lights and stuff. This is all natural light, but it's such a shiny guitar that you can see the lamp and all my books and stuff. But I think from a distance it's beautiful. It's gorgeous. Perhaps you disagree, but I really like it. I went for the red color with a plain top. I think a semi-hollow body should have a plain top. I don't understand people who put flames on 335s. They're old-fashioned guitars, right? They should be old-fashioned. Went for gold hardware because Noel and Johnny Marr both have gold hardware. I know it'll wear down. It'll sort of start to look played in. I kind of like that personally. Black knobs. You'll see they're the kind. I don't know if I can get close enough. They're black, but they're actually clear on the outside. So if you look at them from the side, you can almost see through the top, like it's a clear glass color. Bound all over. Front F holes are bound. The back is bound as well, as is the neck. And the headstock. I went for abalone inlays because I thought it would be cool, a little different. I went for the dots because they were cheaper. I did not really think clearly at the time. I kind of assumed they would think about this in the factory, but of course this is not really one of their concerns. The abalone dots look great when they're the greener pieces of abalone, like down here. It looks really cool, I think, even from a distance. It's a little darker than mother of pearl, obviously, but looks nice. But the 7th fret marker, for instance, it's a really brown piece of abalone. And even in the light from far away, you can hardly see it at all. It just looks like there's either isn't a fret marker or there's a really dirty fret marker. That doesn't really bother me, but those of you who are sort of really trying to copy a Gibson as closely as possible, I mean, it doesn't look anything like having mother of pearl. I think it's fine. I can see it while I'm playing, and you can come see my guitar and realize it's not a Gibson right away. I have something different, which I kind of like. As far as fit and finish goes, I would say my first impression was this is a lot closer to an Epiphone, even maybe a little lower quality finishing than an Epiphone, because as compared to a Gibson. The fretboard is very scratchy, which happens a lot in Epiphones. It'll go away with play. I plan to loosen the strings and oil it and stuff anyway. It's winter, it's cold, it's to be expected. Sort of more disappointing to me were just some of the really obvious finishing mistakes. See if I can get you to see this. The neck joint there has a weird black line. There's some bleed of some kind right there as well. Just cosmetic things, I think. I mean, it plays fine, doesn't feel out of alignment or anything. The fret edges feel fine playing, so, if that's something that concerns you, they're fine. They don't look super neat. There's a little bit of sloppiness. I don't know how well you can see that. My phone doesn't zoom very closely. And then there's just, your typical lower-end guitar finishing blemishes, bleed in the binding, here on the horn as well. Not stuff you notice from far away, but it's really obvious close up. I mean, this is not a high quality Gibson. And for all of those who like to bitch about Gibson's quality control, I've played a number of 335s. Not saying they were perfect, but they were clearly built with a little bit more attention to detail than a guitar like this. When I got the guitar last night, the knob, the switch was almost completely sideways, so it was switching this way. I fixed that. It's easy to fix, and now it's fine. I mean, it's a reassuring, chunky click. Knobs are fine. They work as they should. I kind of wish that if you bought gold hardware, they'd put a gold input jack. It seems like a pretty easy thing to do, but oh well. Went for the Tone Pros bridge for a little more chunkiness and stability and sustain. Yeah, that's about it, I guess. I mean, I don't know what else you guys would really want to see. I think it's a quality guitar, but I think that when you get a semi-custom, you're paying for it, and I don't think this is as high quality as... I don't think this is as good of a value as an Epiphone. You can see the tuners aren't quite straight. This one is crooked. Noticeably crooked. Yeah, I think it's just as high quality of a guitar as a Sheraton, but it's a little sloppier. You're getting better parts and more choice in parts, I think, and I didn't want all the funky switching and stuff. I just wanted a more traditional guitar. The case itself is fine. It's just your standard hard case. It's molded, it's not leather or anything, but it's sturdy, good enough for me. Yeah, so that's it.